Xi wants all roads to lead to Beijing. Xi wants to be the dominant world power. Xi is a Marxist-Leninist socialist. He praises Mao. And remember, it is Mao who saw 80 million Chinese people die of starvation under the Great Leap Forward, at least 80 million. There was cannibalism. This is the same regime that allowed baby girls to lie dying in the gutter because of the one-child policy. This is a country which has been cruel to its people. This is an administration. The Communist Party of China under Xi is a militant organization. And every concession that has been made by different parts of the economy to China, like the now infamous Dr. Fauci, with the hideous concept of gain, this idea that you can improve a virus so that it harms humans, and Fauci said that the risk is worth the pandemic. I mean, and Obama banned that research in the United States, and Fauci brought it back in the Trump administration and didn't tell the Trump administration. So you've got Biden out here saying, oh, you companies, you can't trade with China in the armament side, but this biotechnology, this pandemic is part of China's armament. And look what it's done to the world. Look what it's been reduced to.
Yeah.
And yet we have this somehow saying, well, this isn't part of an aggression on behalf of the Communist Party of China. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And to say that we'll solve all the problems, that Biden will solve all the problems by banning 59 companies or whatever that exist in China from doing deals on an armaments basis is just a nonsense. So it's got to be looked at as a whole. I said right from the beginning, others have said right from the beginning, you, Gary, too, that when Biden was elected over Trump, America became the third power in the world instead of the first power, with China and Russia both becoming more and more outspoken, more and more active in wanting to push America down. So what we have to see is total strength from the Biden administration, and heaven forbid he's now distracted over what's going on in the Middle East, and that's because he resurrected the policies of Obama of giving money to Iran, and so it becomes a distraction again from the main game, which has got to be China. So whatever the sort of little side stories we see, they don't matter, because the aim of Beijing, the aim of President Xi is that all roads will lead to Beijing. And we have to, if we don't recognize that and start to make policies, realizing that the whole of the climate change argument, there's only one beneficiary, China, because the rest of the world is holding back on its ability to power itself, whereas China is just going gangbusters in utilizing the rest of the world's resources, namely, or particularly ours, to set up its ability with coal-fired power stations, to properly be able to produce steel with which it builds battleships. We have got to get to the stage where we know what the real world situation is. And when I hear somebody like Albanese say we've got to manage our relationship with the Communist Party of China, I feel a shudder down my back. This is the sort of
we should be scared. We should be scared.
Well, it is just so, it is so wrong of he and Penny Wong to start to say that somehow Australia and Scott Morrison holding firm against China has simply not seeing the reality of his need to manage it. It is not manageable. We have to look after our country, make our country be looked after first, second and third, and that becomes more resilient, returning manufacturing in Australia. It makes me so mad when
I agree. I mean, I think Albo's talked everybody out of voting for him now, finally. I mean, seriously, I don't know anybody who really wants to care about Australia's future could even think about voting for this bloke, because he's made himself completely unelectable.